Happy New Year's, one and all, from my humble abode here in the Fit Lab in beautiful Colts Neck, New Jersey. The New Year's resolution. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps you've made one for yourself. Perhaps you haven't yet. You don't have to wait for New Year's to make a resolution. You can make a resolution at any day, any time that you ever want. Now, I'm sure you'd like to actually live out that resolution. One of the things I found out that so many people fail for is that they just don't have that stick-to-itiveness. I'm going to bring up Shantae, for example, here on stick-to-itiveness, and actually brought me to tears on her New Year's resolution for 2021. She has never, ever, ever run before in her life. She was a swimmer, loathed running, and decided that since the bodybuilding competitions, which has become her newfound love and passion, had been canceled for a year, she needed something else to do. So she hopped into Spartan racing and started running for the first time in her life. Now, her goal was a trifecta, which means to successfully complete a 5K, a 10K, and that 21K beast of 35 obstacles. It took a year. She did it. On the last race of the season, she did it. Couldn't be happier for her. It wasn't easy. I mean, well, let's see, never running before in your life, training in an entirely different way, finding the time to do so. By the way, breaking her leg and foot with stress fractures along the way during training didn't help either. But through perseverance and persistence, she accomplished that. Now, you can accomplish any of your goals too. It doesn't take anything special other than perseverance and working towards it each and every day. In the long run, most New Year's resolutions never, ever work out. They're doomed before they get going. And there's a few little reasons why here, and I'd like to share that with you. So 2022 can be your happiest, most successful year ever. There's no reason why it can't be. You don't have to be in your 20s to make the most successful, or a teenager, 30s. I mean, I deemed 40s to be my decade of dominance. This is the decade. And through a lot of different techniques and tips, it really has been. And there's no reason why 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s become a centurion and make that the best time of your life. So let me get to some of the steps that individuals are doomed before you even begin on New Year's resolution. Number one, your resolution is not specific or measurable. Yep. This is where we talk all the time here about SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, with a time frame. So don't tell me, or yourself for that matter, I just want to lose some weight. That's not specific. How do you quantify what the weight loss is? Is it realistic? Well, in this case, no, because you're not even picking how much you want to lose. Time frame? By when? A lot of people have unrealistic expectations with time frames. I want to lose 50 pounds by next week. Bullcrap. It didn't take you 7 days in order to gain those 50 pounds. What in the world makes you think you're going to lose those 50 pounds in a week? Let's be realistic here. You have to follow SMART goals. Not something broad, but something real, something tangible. In that case there with Shantae, it was completing 3 races within a 12-month period. Can you do that? What's your passion? What's your drive? Let's figure that out and then hone in on those goals. If you have no goals, then you're just not thinking hard enough. Are you floating through life, wasting everyone's space and time? Because our natural resources are scarce. So if you want to just free float around this world and do nothing and have no goals, that's a deeper discussion to have. What are you really doing with yourself? We need things as humans in this world to not only coexist, but to continue to thrive and live as a species. Whatever it may be that you may be talented at, follow that. Follow that goal. And whatever that might be, make sure it's very specific. I'll go back to weight loss again after I got off my tirade of how wonderful your talents and skills are. Back to weight loss. So something specific would be, I want to lose 30 pounds. Well, that's specific. That's an actual amount. Measurable? Yep. You just measured it. 30. Is it achievable? Let's figure out the time frame on that one. In 6 months. Yep. You can lose 30 pounds in 6 months, no problem. As long as you adhere to it, and that's realistic for you. Follow those steps, and those goals will happen. Let's go to another one here. You're not sacrificing anything to accomplish your New Year's resolution. Are you? Are you not? You got to put in the work. If you're not willing to put in the work, you can read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne all you want. Jack squat's going to happen. You want jack squat? You want jack squat for the new year? That's on you. Are you willing to put in the work, or are you putting off exactly what you need to do? Do you have to commit to getting up earlier in the morning, going to bed earlier at night, eating a certain way, taking a new route to and from work, just to shave off a little bit of time, or to add time to, yes, certain areas like the Palisades Parkway are gorgeous in the spring and fall. You might want to take that Palisades Parkway instead of the GW Bridge bright and early in the morning before the traffic even starts, just to appreciate the scenery. You haven't set up your environment for success. Here's another big one. Are you the person that goes for a run, for instance, in the morning, and then your running shoes are left by the front door, your shorts are left at the edge of your bed, you've gotten everything done right, except for the fact that you just ate an entire pizza and a Coke. I'm talking about a Coke like I used to back when I was like in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Have you been living on that? You can train for a marathon, for instance, and still be a fat ass. You can still have an orbit around your body if you are not setting up your entire environment for success, which means clean out the fridge of the crap, fill it with the good stuff, the stuff your body likes, the stuff that your lab tests say, this is going to boost testosterone. This is going to level out my estrogen levels. My progesterone will be far better here. This here is not going to cause an immune reaction in my body whatsoever. These are steps in setting up your environment for success. I will be the quote-unquote bad guy here, the biggest violator. When I went down to DC for a Spartan Stadium, I had prepped, I had trained, I had my pregame meal, I had everything set up. I even had the Theragun. I knew specifically what I needed to do, how I needed to execute it, to, as I like to call it, run like a pissed off teenager and fly. Everything was picture perfect. I got on my shirt, my pants, my socks. I'm about to head out the door, and oh no. I knew exactly where my sneakers were. They were at home in New Jersey, not in Washington, D.C., where they were supposed to be. Fortunately, they opened up early, and I was able to grab another pair of sneakers. But they weren't the pair of sneakers that I prepped for and trained in. So that was my failure to set up my environment for success. What are you failing to do to set up your environment for success? Perhaps setting up like-minded individuals around you. If you do want to run, perhaps getting a running group, even if it's once a week. We've got this amazing group here in Colts Neck. Every single Sunday morning at 7:45, half go off for a beautiful walk. The other couple of us, we go out for a light 5K. Or a little bit more, but usually it's around a 5K. That's at a gentle pace. So there's ways to surround yourself with the right people. If you want to become a doctor, surround yourself with doctors. Get in the hours working for them in their office. Learn the business through and through. And like I said, surround yourself with doctors. So now you're going out to lunch and dinner. You've already got colleagues around you that are helping nurture you, and you're becoming more like them. If that is your goal and your vision. Another one here to overcome, to make sure that your New Year's resolutions actually stick this time. You have no non-negotiables. What does that mean? Well, one of the main reasons a lot of people fail to accomplish this New Year's resolution is because they allow excuses such as lack of time to become more important than achieving the goal. You have no idea the excuses I have come across in my years of experience here. There's more effort put into excuses at times than there is to the actual goal. Quit it. Stop being a little bitch. Man up, woman up, and stop making excuses and just do what you are supposed to do for the day. Have your list, short, achievable, accomplishable list on your goal, your resolution. What do you need to do every day to achieve that? Excuses is not on that list, is it? Promise you. Keep making excuses. You're going to look back on your deathbed and realize your life was an excuse. Quit that. Knock that off. Hit your goals. Hit the steps that are necessary to achieve that. It is time to crush your 2022. It's your opportunity. It's your choice in what you do and what you do not do. 2022 can be the happiest, most successful, most prosperous, wonderful year you have ever experienced in your life. That choice is yours and yours alone. Not this political BS going on around all of us. Not what may happen to you at work or at school. That's being a victim. That's being passive or passive aggressive. Knock that off now. Get your goals. Make them smart. Quit the excuses. And crush 2022. Be a better version of yourself each and every day. That's what we've been saying since before we ever opened up. Live functionized. Happy New Year, all.